Hello everyone. The Islamic Republic of Iran, also known as Persia, is a mysterious and rich country located in Western Asia. You might be familiar with Iran's controversial nuclear programs which have caused significant political tension worldwide. Especially notable are the numerous reports of assassination attempts on Iran's presidents, further escalating the nuclear issue. With an area of 1,648,195 square kilometers and a population of 86,547,000, Iran boasts diverse and majestic landscapes. Iran's territory is surrounded by rugged mountains, with nearly 1,500 peaks over 3,000 meters above sea level. Winters here are cold with heavy snowfall, while summers are dry and hot. Along the southern coast, cliffs and mountain ranges jut straight out into the sea, creating unique and impressive scenery. The eastern part of Iran's central plateau is covered by two harsh salt deserts, Dasht-e and Dasht-e Lut. Dasht-e Lut, spanning 51,800 square kilometers, is dubbed the Earth's furnace, with surface temperatures reaching up to 70.7 degrees Celsius in 2005, making it one of the hottest and driest deserts in the world. Hence, Iran's territory is often likened to an impregnable fortress. As a multi-ethnic country with various ethnic groups and languages, Iran stands out not only for its cultural diversity but also for its geographical challenges. The rugged terrain makes transportation and interregional communication difficult, particularly for minority groups living in remote mountainous areas. This has led to persistent ethnic tensions in Iran. One of Iran's strategic points is the Strait of Hormuz, through which about one-third of the world's oil tanker traffic passes. Controlling this strait gives Iran significant influence in global politics and economics. With a history spanning thousands of years, Iran is the birthplace of one of the world's most powerful empires, the Persian Empire. Founded by Cyrus the Great in 550 BC, the Persian Empire quickly expanded to cover over 5.5 million square kilometers, from southern Egypt to the lands of Greece and then India. However, in 330 BC, Persia was conquered by Alexander the Great, leaving Iran with a rich cultural, civilizational, and scientific heritage. Iran is not just a land of heroic history but also brims with fascinating facts. Islamic Republic of Iran, a haven for refugees and social challenges. Iran is one of the largest and longest-standing refugee-hosting countries in the world. For over 4 decades, since 1979, Iran has welcomed refugees from across the region, especially during times of violence and conflict. According to 2021 statistics provided by the Iranian government, approximately 800,000 refugees live in Iran, mostly Afghans with over 700,000 people, followed by Iraqis, Syrians, and Pakistanis. These refugees come to Iran seeking safety and a more stable life, even if it means working for extremely low wages. However, not all refugees in Iran have legal documents. It is estimated that around 1.5 to 2 million undocumented Afghans reside in the country. This situation poses significant challenges for social management and puts pressure on Iran's already strained economy. It also increases human trafficking and forced labor, particularly affecting poor Iranian children and women, who are vulnerable to sexual exploitation. Official data from Iran indicates that around 3 million children aged 10 to 15 work in low-wage industries such as transportation, waste management, car washing, construction, and carpet weaving. However, local media suggest the actual number could be up to 7 million. Many children are forced to beg or use drugs, becoming victims of drug trafficking networks. Despite these challenges, the standard of living in Iran remains relatively high. People in major cities are still able to keep up with global trends. In 2022, Iran's GDP based on purchasing power parity reached $1.6 trillion, with a per capita GDP of $18,487, close to China's $21,403. Country with the hottest desert on Earth. In eastern Iran, the Lut Desert, or Dasht-e Lut, is known as the Earth's furnace, and is one of the harshest places on the planet. From 2003 to 2010, NASA's Aqua satellite recorded Lut Desert as having the hottest surface temperatures on Earth, reaching 70.7 degrees Celsius in 2005. Later, NASA released a new satellite software version, showing that ground temperatures in this area could sometimes reach up to 80.8 degrees Celsius. The extreme conditions are due to the Lut Desert being surrounded by high mountain ranges that block moist air from the Mediterranean and Arabian seas. Particularly, areas covered by black volcanic rock absorb more solar energy and reflect very little, significantly increasing temperatures. During the wet spring season, water from the mountains quickly dries up, leaving behind rocks, sand, and salt flats. With a vast area of 51,800 square kilometers, the Lut Desert has almost no vegetation, except for a few shrub species reaching up to 10 meters high. Iran, a kingdom of abundant energy. Iran is one of the world's richest countries in terms of energy resources. With oil reserves of 208.6 billion barrels, Iran ranks third globally, just after Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Its natural gas reserves are estimated at 33.6 trillion cubic meters, the second largest in the world after Russia, and Iran is also the third largest producer of natural gas, following Russia and the United States. Oil and gas account for about 80% of Iran's energy consumption and contribute significantly to its export value. In 2022, Iran produced approximately 3.45 million barrels of crude oil per day, consuming about 1.935 million barrels domestically and exporting the remaining 1.515 million barrels. In the gas sector, Iran exports nearly 17 billion cubic meters daily. This export revenue plays a crucial role in Iran's economy, with oil export earnings in 2021 reaching around $38.7 billion and projected to hit $58 billion in 2022, the highest since 2017. Including domestic consumption, total income could exceed $115 billion. Iran also invests heavily in renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power. According to Iran's Ministry of Energy, renewables currently account for about 6% of the country's total electricity production, with plans to increase this to 10% by 2025. Besides oil and gas, Iran is rich in mineral resources. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, Iran's zinc, copper, and iron ore reserves are among the largest in the world. Iran also has significant deposits of chromium, lead, manganese, sulfur, gold, uranium, and titanium. In the nuclear field, Iran has made substantial progress, including enriching uranium to 90% for use in nuclear weapons. Iran has also successfully developed centrifuge plants to enhance uranium enrichment and has been operating the Bushehr nuclear power plant since 2011. Iran and its nuclear program. Iran's nuclear program is one of the most contentious issues globally. It began in the 1950s with U.S. support through the Atoms for Peace program. However, relations between Iran and the West deteriorated after the Islamic Revolution in 1979. Leading to the withdrawal of support and the imposition of sanctions, Iran's nuclear program has raised many concerns, especially from Western countries and Israel, due to suspicions that Iran might use nuclear technology to develop weapons. Iran insists that its nuclear program is solely for peaceful purposes, to meet energy needs and for scientific research. However, Iran's enrichment of uranium to 20% and later to 60% has raised significant doubts. This level of enrichment is close to the threshold required for nuclear weapons, about 90%. Western countries fear that Iran could quickly convert its civilian nuclear program to a military one if decided. In 2015, Iran reached a historic nuclear agreement with the P51 group, US, UK, France, Russia, China, and Germany, known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA. Under this agreement, Iran agreed to limit its nuclear program and allow the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, to monitor in exchange for lifting economic sanctions. However, in 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump withdrew the U.S. from the deal, escalating tensions. Iran's nuclear program affects not only regional security but also global political dynamics. A unique tribe where wives choose new brides for their husbands, the Kashkai tribe, a Turkic group that migrated from Central Asia to Iran in the 11th and 12th centuries, currently has about 400,000 members, making it the second largest nomadic tribe in Iran. They primarily live around Shiraz and Firozabad in Fars province, maintaining traditional livestock farming and ancient customs. In Kashkai culture, men cannot take a second wife unless the first wife permits it. If the first wife cannot bear children, she will choose another wife for her husband to ensure lineage continuation. The husband has no say in the matter and cannot oppose. Living alone is considered a sin and against the natural order. The Kashkai are also renowned for their Persian carpet weaving, producing intricate and beautiful wool products. Kashkai women are skilled artisans and stand out in the crowd, especially during festivals, with their vibrant traditional clothing. Despite several efforts by the Iranian government to stabilize their lives, the Kashkai people take pride in their nomadic heritage. Climate change and economic difficulties have made their lives more precarious. Many young Kashkai leave the tribe to learn trades and find work in larger cities, risking the erosion of traditional culture. A country allowing temporary marriages, Iran permits a form of temporary marriage known as sigha. Couples can enter into a temporary marriage and receive a certificate, allowing them to live together and have a marital relationship for a specified period without violating strict Islamic laws. Not everyone is eligible for such marriages. Women must be widows or divorced. Unmarried girls need their father's consent. Men, whether married or not, can participate, but they must prove they have enough income or personal assets to support the woman during the temporary marriage. After completing the paperwork and holding a simple ceremony in the presence of religious officials, the marriage contract becomes valid. These temporary marriages typically last from 3 to 5 months but can be extended if both parties agree. Some human rights activists in Iran support temporary marriages, arguing they reduce illegal prostitution and address the sexual needs of young people. In Iran, nearly 65% of the population is under 25 years old, and many are unemployed and cannot afford to marry permanently. However, there is also significant criticism, with opponents arguing that temporary marriages cause numerous social problems, such as children born without knowing their fathers and the difficulty of long-term marriage for women who have had temporary marriages. The country producing the most expensive carpets in the world. In the world of carpets, Persian rugs are iconic. The magical flying carpets from Persian tales have enchanted millions of readers worldwide, becoming a symbol of Iranian pride. With an average price of around $3,000, and sometimes reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, Persian carpets are the most expensive in the world. Persian carpets date back at least 2,500 years, originating during the Persian Empire. Over time, they have evolved into an art form deeply reflecting Iran's culture and history. Each Persian carpet is hand-woven, making it a unique masterpiece that can take years, even decades, to complete. There are many types of Persian carpets, distinguished by their materials, patterns, and weaving techniques. The traditional Gaba carpets, made in Fars province in southwestern Iran, are known for their bold designs. According to artisans, Gaba carpets reflect the weaver's minds, with each detail conveying emotions and stories. The materials for Persian carpets are primarily natural. These fibers are more durable and retain color longer than synthetic fibers. The dyes used are also natural,
and then
extracted
colored them
from
by
plants
hand.
or insects,
But
making color
nowadays,
control difficult
computer
and ensuring
programs
each
take
carpet
care of
is unique.
preparing
The most expensive Persian carpet ever recorded in the Guinness World Records is the Clark sickle leaf carpet, sold for $33.7 million at Sotheby's in New York in 2013. Currently, carpet exports are a significant source of income for Iran's economy, second only to oil and gas. However, the Persian carpet industry is facing a decline as younger generations lose interest in the craft. They witness the health issues and hardships endured by previous generations of weavers. It is predicted that within 15 to 20 years, the art of Persian carpet weaving may completely disappear from this Western Asian nation. The world's largest saffron producer, saffron, known as one of the world's most expensive spices by weight, is highly selective in its growing conditions. Cultivating this plant is labor-intensive and time-consuming, requiring dedication and passion. The fragrant part of the saffron plant is the stigma, but each flower only has 3 stigmas. To produce 1 kilogram of dried saffron, about 110,000 flowers are needed. covering nearly 1.5 hectares of land. Harvesting saffron is entirely manual and must be done quickly as the flowers bloom simultaneously. Today, Iran is the largest and highest quality saffron producer in the world, with a production of 430 tons in 2019. Saffron farms in Iran are also popular tourist destinations. Every November, the blooming saffron fields paint the landscape purple, creating a unique and rare sight. Despite the hard work, Iranians remain dedicated to saffron cultivation, not only for its economic value but also as a source of national pride. These are some fascinating facts about Iran, a vast and mysterious Islamic country. If you enjoyed this video, please comment 1, if not, comment 0 so we can improve and develop further.